It's Fans Corner. Welcome to it, and thank you so much for making time for us. We are back in the 2025-2026 MTN 8 quarterfinals, and we've just watched Mamelodi Sundowns against Richards Bay FC out at the Lucas Masterpieces Stadium in Atteridgeville, and Sundowns dominating that game and thrashing Richards Bay by 4-0. Sundowns having scored 3 of those goals. One of the goals was an own goal from a defender from Richards Bay FC, unfortunately for them. But crowd attendance, there wasn't nothing much to say. I think it's one of those difficult games in any case where games are played on a Sunday evening. It's a bit tricky for supporters to attend 6 o'clock game on a Sunday evening. So yeah, I'll forgive that. But shout out to those who made time to go to the stadium. Otherwise, it was a dominance from Sundowns as expected and as usual. I guess I could say that. I didn't see any challenge from Richards Bay, to be quite honest. I think they knew what they were up against, so they didn't try to outplay or try to push Sundowns against the wall. It was just, they were pretty much doing the obvious, trying to kind of absorb the pressure. And unfortunately, they couldn't deal with the pressure because even the first goal that they conceded, Renas scoring his first goal from a corner kick, a header which hit underneath the crossbar actually. Beautiful goal, but it's that one was a soft goal. I think I have to say, because there were 2 Sundowns players that were unattended from the Richards Bay. These Sundowns players are very, very lethal in front of goals. They don't want to see any space. They are going to attack it. So I think they defended that corner poorly, Richards Bay, unfortunately for them there. The second goal, again, they succumbed to the pressure from Sundowns still in the first half. Miscommunication from the last man and the goalkeeper there, and an own goal from Richards Bay. I think the first half goals were pretty much soft goals, if I have to say. But it's because the pressure that came from Mamelodi Sundowns. I didn't see much really from Richards Bay. Even in the second half, it was just Sundowns, the usual. And Sundowns winning this game without really getting out of the third gear, I would say. I think they were not playing like the prolific football that we've seen them doing over the years, and what they've been doing. And you don't expect this high intensity football right now from Sundowns. I mean, they didn't have the kind of rest that some of the PSL teams have had. So you probably expect them to kind of try and manage the game and run less, let the ball do the movements. And it was one of those games. But we've seen Sundowns playing this kind of football for a long time now, where they barely get out of the third gear, but they still punish you heavily like they did tonight. And third goal, that was a beautiful goal from Renas. I think we expected him to score, but I didn't expect him to score on the near corner. I expected him to take it on the far side. But he picked the spot. He saw a spot, didn't blast the ball. He picked the spot, and a proper grass cutter. Beautiful goal. I have to give it to him. I think it's going to be difficult for anyone to, I think, try to compete in that striking position with trainers doing like this, performing this way. I think it's going to be a bit tricky because I know Sundowns play in a lot of competitions, so that gives a chance to other players as well because of fatigue and the likes. But I think right now he's the number one target man for Sundowns whenever they have those important games that they think they have to win. But that was a beautiful goal he scored. The fourth goal from Mabena. It was Mabena, yes, who came in the second half. Deflection, young player, beautiful scenes when you see the coach running to the corner to celebrate with the ball. It gives confidence to these youngsters when they see even the coach, making the movement from the bench to go and celebrate with them. It's not a goal. It's not a match-winning goal. It's a goal that boosts your confidence. Beautiful goal from Mapena. Like I said, I don't think there was much competition between the two teams. It was mostly Mamelodi Sundowns. Without even trying hard, it was mostly Mamelodi Sundowns. But I will speak about the draw that took place after that. The draw, it happened exactly how I wished it would happen. because I was hoping for a Pirates and Sundowns semi-final. We've seen them in the finals before. I think it would be nice to have them in the semi-final. You know, my reason for that is I would really like to watch Sundowns and Pirates at least twice before whoever makes it to the final, because remember in the semi-finals we have the first leg and the second leg. It will be a beautiful. I don't know who has an advantage here. What do you guys think? I think Pirates will have the home game first. Okay, the first leg will be a Pirates home game, and the second leg will be a Sundowns home game. I don't know what you guys think. Who has an advantage? I know because remember we have away goal rules here. I think they've not done away with that in the MTN 8. So if that's still the case, then who has an advantage? Who going into the first leg at home and second leg away from home? I used to think playing your first leg at home is an advantage, because when you go away, you know, when you have to, you know how many goals you have to score away. If you keep a clean sheet away from home, you've done more than 60% of the work, because if you go away and score one goal, they have to score two. If you keep a clean sheet at home and you win the game, let's say you win by 1-0, you go there. Excuse me, I'm nursing some kind of a flu. Excuse me. If you go away from home and in the second leg, I personally think it's an advantage for Orlando Pirates. But you know, there are those who think otherwise. I'd like to hear from you. Hit us up and let us know, what do you think? And if you would like to hear from you, what do you think? Who do you prefer? If you have a two-legged game and it's your team, especially Sundowns and Pirates fans, do you prefer playing the first leg at home, or do you prefer playing the first leg away from home? I'd like to know from you. Otherwise, I'm really looking forward to that. I could not watch the Sekhukhune game to make any prediction about Sekhukhune and Stellenbosch, but I've seen Stellenbosch against AmaZulu. I was impressed with AmaZulu, actually. Also Stellenbosch, I think we already know what they're capable of. They're a good team, a very, very formidable team. But I was also impressed with AmaZulu, and Stellenbosch won that game 3-2 after extra time, actually. So I think it's going to be a very exciting one, because I know Sekhukhune has that thing about them as well, where they can play ball. So I don't take those two teams lightly. I know we're going to focus too much on Pirates and Sundowns, but and I know many of us will assume that whoever wins that semi-final clash between Sundowns and Pirates will win the trophy. We've seen that. We've seen Stellenbosch causing an upset in the past, winning a trophy. So it could go either way. Anything can happen, so let's not make that assumption. But that one, the semi-final clash between Sundowns and Pirates, is definitely a final before the final. Not to assume that they are going to win the final. Whoever wins will then win the final. But we'll see what happens. Otherwise, I would like to really hear from you. Hit us up, whether you're watching the video from whatever platform. Just let us know what you think of the game and what you think will happen in the upcoming semi-finals. This has been Fans Corner. Thank you so much for your time. We'll meet again in the next one.